Hello, friends. I am Safriana Luna, the Queer Spirit Guide, just in case you don't already know me. And it's been a while since I've gotten on and just done a live myself. I've had so many incredible guests on over the last little while here, and I felt it was just a good time with celebrating Beltane May 1st today to get on and say hi, to announce our Spring into Self Love campaign, and to do a little energy work because I love to do energy work with you all. So, like I said, we have a new social campaign through the Living Luna brand that we're launching this month, which is called Spring into Self Love. And if you're participating on Facebook or Discord, we will have daily questions and just things to get you in the spirit of self love, in the energy of getting to know yourself, of expanding your inner world, your inner compassion, all of that good stuff. So, please feel free to join us, participate. Our social campaigns are here to uplift the others and just create community in often divisive digital online spaces and real world spaces. So, I am so glad to be in community with each and every one of you and to build a world where we get to step into self love together. Self love is something that is so challenging for so many of us because we didn't grow up in environments where our parents knew what self love looked like. And so they didn't model what that looked like for us. They modeled whatever they grew up on, they modeled whatever style of parenting they knew. Our families at large have been wounded by society's us versus them mentality for so long, and that shows up in our dynamics. So, this also ends up spreading inward to us versus the parts of us within. And like I said, I've had so many good conversations this month, and one of them was on the entities within, or parts of self, and how we bully ourselves, how we really end up in such toxic inner dynamics with ourselves. And so part of this social campaign is to hopefully bring us back into communion and unity and harmony within, with these parts of ourselves that might be struggling, that might be experiencing, a lack of that self-love, that might be self critical or judgmental. We want to promote love for those parts of us too, because they're there for a reason, right? They've experienced their own wounding. They are trying to keep us safe. They're trying to help us get by, survive, right? And unfortunately, that often comes with a feeling of struggle and pain or even suffering. And so, as we step into self love, we step into loving all parts of ourselves, inside and outside, and then we can flow this out to the world. So, I will say it 1,000 times that the most important thing you can do is do that healing work within yourself. And that is the hill I will die on. I think that we all need to do this inner love work. And so that is why we're so excited to bring you this campaign this month. So, you do not need anything to participate in this unless you want a journal because you want it around. You can receive this entire experience laying down, sitting up, dancing, whatever comes up for you. I always love to start with an energy clearing because that's how I roll in my rituals. And I think it's just important for us to come back down into our bodies some and release some of the energy that might be holding us back. So, as I said, our topic here is we're celebrating the fact that it's May. We're starting a new month. Today, as I am live, it is Beltane, the traditional Beltane date. And all month, we're going to be focused on really amping up that sense of self love. As I just glanced up, it was 444 minutes on the live. Love that. So, just land in your breath here in this moment and just come into yourself, feeling yourself from head to toe, and just sweeping through the body to see if there's any tension, sticky, stuck energy, pain, anything that might be disrupting your ability to experience self love. Just noticing those things, And using the breath to gently sweep through, gently moving through from head to toe, the breath sweeping, collecting any stuck, sticky energy, and using that exhale to just gently let it all go. Releasing any self judgment, any shame, any disappointment, any fear that's willing to be let go right here and right now. And know that you are allowed to love all of those parts of yourself too. The parts that feel the fear, that feel the shame, that feel the disappointment. You are allowed to love those parts too. So just go ahead and shake that all off. And we're just going to do a super brief meditation, visualization, and activation to call in this self love. So I invite you, again, standing, seated, however you want to receive this, to just go within and drop into the heart space, allowing your consciousness to sink like a stone from the brain, the mind, the head, down into the chest, down into the heart center. Just landing there in a moment of compassion, seeing if you can recall a loving moment that you've experienced recently, perhaps with a pet, a loved one, a child, even a piece of nature, a tree. And allow this moment of love, compassion to spread, allowing it to open up within you a portal. And I'm distinctly getting, I know it's cheesy, but the portal is heart shaped. The portal is heart shaped, and through it, you see a place so serene that you know you could just melt into relaxation. So allow yourself to step through into this scene, whether it is somewhere indoors or outdoors, but a place where you can experience complete ease and relaxation. And allow this inner self, this inner consciousness to settle down somewhere, to just find a calm place where we can hold some space for you. So as you land here, opening within this inner eye the palms in front of you and looking down at your palms, you magically begin to see them fill with water. And they fill with water, none leaking, perfectly contained, so that you can bring those hands up and just gently allow that cascade of water to wash over your head, down your shoulders, purifying you with a cleansing energy, a pure cleansing energy of the ultimate source of love. And we'll do this 3 times, each time allowing this inner light, this inner water to just pour down over you, lifting it, pouring it down over the body, melting away any tension, melting away any judgment, melting away any doubt. And one more time, hands filling with water, raising them, letting this energy cascade over you like a waterfall, gently. And then look back into your palms and see that there is a seed there. And we'll pour some loving energy into this seed. And at first, seeing it just the seed as we pour pure loving energy. Once again, if you need to call up an animal, companion, a loved one, a recent moment where you felt unconditional love, know that you can do that. But just allowing this energy of unconditional love from the universe, from God, from Source, from your angels, ancestors, guardians, and guides to be here with you as you begin to nurture this seed of self love. As you breathe here and pour in this energy, you begin to see the seedling sprout, those little starter leaves springing forth. And as you pour energy in, you'll see it grow. And there's no right or wrong answer right here and now for how big this seedling grows. So just allowing this to be what it is. But land here in these next few moments, watching yourself pour into the seedling and notice what happens. And I'll just channel some words that you can use for yourself. Take them if they fit. If they challenge you, maybe stretch a little bit. But allow yourself to receive whatever of these activations you can right here and now as you pour into this seed of self-love. I am made of love. I come from an ultimate source of love. I am here to be love and to deeply love myself. There is nothing wrong with me loving myself. It is not my fault that others may not love themselves. I get to be a model for what self-love looks like. As I model self-love, I pour my energy out into the world in a ripple. Self-love brings me closer to my divine and cosmic purpose. Self-love helps me weather the storms. Self-love opens me to the possibility that I can get through anything and I can still anchor back in to this energy of love. Self-love allows me permission to experience joy, pleasure, compassion. Self-love allows me to pursue the fullness of my dreams. Self-love allows me to be with the parts of me that are hurting. Self-love allows me to be with the parts that are angry. Self-love allows me to be with all of me, shadow and light. Self-love is my ultimate gift. I awake and allow more self-love into my life, day by day, moment by moment, breath by breath. Self-love is my birthright. Just noticing if that plant has changed at all, what it might look like, what color it might be. Is this associated with any particular chakra or area of the body? A memory? Just getting curious here for a moment. Just scanning body head to toe. Breathing deep. And then going ahead and planting that plant somewhere, this seed of self-love. If you're in an indoor scene, you might imagine a pot appearing before you that you can plant it in. Or you might go outside, or if you are outside, you might plant it directly into the earth. But see yourself planting the seed, knowing that the seed is so important to you and what you've come here to do and be. You don't have to do by everyone else's designs. You don't have to do what everyone else is doing. It's through this self-love and tuning into our being that we really figure out what we want to do. What fills you with joy? What fills you with deep compassion, excitement, love for the doing, love for being in movement? What do you love to do? How do you love to be? You might not have answers to these questions right here and now, but I invite you to notice. Notice what would be possible for you if you were to embrace and integrate this ultimate energy of self-love. What is possible if you invite in even 1% more self-love? So just take a nice deep breath here. See your plant firmly planted, rooted, and give gratitude. Giving thanks for taking a moment to even consider inviting in more self-love. Something that is such a deep challenge for so many of us on a planet that wants us to be self-critical, in a society that profits off of us disliking ourselves or hating ourselves. What happens if you love yourself just a little more? And then just taking a step back from your plant, taking a moment to thank any angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, God, the universe, nature herself, for the symbolism, for the beauty, for the gift of this life that exists with the challenges. Remember, we're two sides of the same coin, the light and the shadow, a front and a back, an above and a below, a masculine and a feminine, a lunar and a solar, all things. We contain multitudes. So know that you are just planting a seed and that you get to choose how you will nurture it, how you will grow it. So perhaps setting an internal intention here on how you will move forward with that seed of self-love firmly planted, rooted, and growing within you. What intention can you set to continue to water and cultivate the growth of this seed? And then in your own way, in your own time, we'll gently step back out of this heart portal, back into the body fully, wiggling the fingers and toes, maybe wiggling the spine, rolling the shoulders. And in your own time, just gently opening the eyes and taking a moment to look around. So I'm going to pull a card from the Earth Alchemy Oracle, and this is a plant spirit, crystal spirit, or something similar that is here to work with us to help us cultivate more self-love. I know I've said self-love like 5 trillion times over the last few minutes. So what does that mean, right? It means something different for each of us. It means that we are really tuning into who we are, what our truth is, and loving the entirety of ourselves, finding compassion for the entirety of ourselves, getting curious about the entirety of ourselves. Self-love means treating ourselves with kindness, even when there are parts of us that are deeply in conflict or self-loathing or, again, shame, fear, disappointment. Self-love means being with all of us. And when we can be with all of us, we can start to be with all of everyone else in such a more profound way. So our helper here who wants to work with us is Pearl and Larmar. And I also see that we have dolphin spirit present here. And we are really getting this message that we need to let go. We need to let go of self punishment. We need to let go of allowing self doubt to control us. Part of this card really has to do with surrendering and releasing. So, surrendering and releasing outdated beliefs that were never supportive of us in the first place, that came from that separation, the us versus them, the my inner and outer worlds can't match because if they do, that's going to mean, um, well, what is it going to mean? I don't know what it means for you. For me, my inner and outer world matching meant that I had to get really honest with myself and what was true for me and what I wanted, and actually have the boundaries and the bravery to make it happen in the real world. So, letting go of fear, shame, disappointment. And Pearl is really an energy of the Divine Mother. So, if you've ever watched one of me and Meryl Hayton's lives for our Align and Shine, we talk about the unseen therapist. Pearl here is like the unseen therapist. She's the inner divine mother who is willing to be that calm and centering energy for you if you choose to take her up on it. Right? So you might imagine a pearl within the heart. You might imagine yourself the clamshell with the pearl within, that you get to open and close as you need to have your boundaries. And Larimar is really the water connection. That's where the dolphins come in. So remember, you can clear, purify, cleanse. That water is all about deep emotions, and that as we recognize our patterns in our emotions and what our body, mind, emotion, spirit is telling us, we can begin to embrace the self-love more, because again, we're seeing ourselves for the holistic beings that we are. So come on over, Spook. I have a poor sweet sick kitty. Okay, she's settling down over there maybe. But self-love is sometimes hard to come by, and I recognize that, and I am sending you so much love and compassion around that because I know it is not easy. And I just want you to know you're not alone in this journey, and that you get to step up into your next levels. And when you feel that challenge, you can come back in and connect with your guides, connect with the seed within your heart, connect with your own internal world, your own inner symbolism, and cultivate, get curious about what's blocking that self love in the first place, and see if your own compassion can begin to thaw the edges around that. And if you find yourself ready to bloom, please know that I'm here to serve. And I have all kinds of opportunities for you to receive support. Right now is a great time for reawakening rituals as we get into spring. So if you're interested in anything like that, remember you can always go to safriana.com to see how we can work together. The Discord and Facebook communities will be ripe with those discussions about self love this month. So we'd love for you to participate and just be a part of this movement as we move towards higher levels of love and compassion and joy in the world over suffering, separation, and division. So I'm sending all my love to you. I hope that this was useful and served. And please let me know in the comments if there is something that you would like to see me channel on or meditate on in the future. All right, until next time, friends, I'm